As you can see, I'm using a reference picture to help me sketch this out. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do this really fast. This is fast forwarded, so I do not sketch this fast. And usually I have to erase a few times, so just bear with me. Also, as you can see, I have a background on the rock beforehand, and that I used these sponges to just dot a bunch of paint on there and just smooth it out as much as I could so that I could make like a sun and the sky in the background. And yeah, you can use whatever size rock you want to do. It just depends on how big you want to make the drawing. And I love to go to Pacific Rockery, which is on over here in Orchards. That's where I go to get all of my rocks. Have amazing staff and they're very, very helpful with you. And I know that a lot of painters just go there to get rocks in general, so you guys should check that out. So now I'm going to start painting, and I'm using Apple Barrel brand in white. And this brand is really nice. It's sold in Walmart. It's fairly inexpensive. It comes off kind of light, so you kind of have to build it, but it's like I feel like that's a good thing. And yeah, so I'm going to be showing you guys how I shade a little bit, but I'm again fast forwarding this because otherwise it would be a super long video. So just hang in there. Now I'm going in with Candy Pink, and this is also from Apple Barrel. I have a few pinks, but I don't have like the biggest shade ranges, so I'm going to be mixing a lot of them with this Craft Smart bright red that I have. It just will give me deeper definitions, and I will be able to mix in more colors. I'm also using bright magenta, which is also from Apple Barrel. Now this light pink that I'm using is also Apple Barrel. It is called Cameo Pink, and I'm using this as just like my highlight base. I wanted a lighter color before I hit it with like a white to make it even brighter. But and the white, like I said, I'm using was also Apple Barrel. Now here I am mixing pretty much the three pinks that I have, and I'm dipping my paintbrush a little bit in water just to be a little damp because I want it to be able to blend all the colors nicely. Again, I am going to be going and highlighting this, but I just want it to have a nice light base underneath. Now I'm taking this really nice pointed brush and I mix the candy pink with the bright red just to make like a deeper pink red. And I am just going to use this to pretty much outline. And I love this brush. I don't even know like who made this brush. It's just a really nice long brush. I've used it so much that I've rubbed off the name of it. But this is a beautiful brush to use. It works perfectly. It has like a nice little point for you to get into like the finer details. I will one day find out what this is called. Now I'm gonna go ahead and shade around the melted drips. I wanna give it more definition, and I'm just pretty much following everything as much as I can that the picture shows. So I'm looking for the darker spots and the lighter spots, and I'm just going and blending it all in. I'm adding some white to the melted drips to make them look shiny, and I'm just going to blend it in with my finger to do pretty much the same thing, make it look shiny. Now I'm doing the same thing on this side, which is just using the white to highlight it and make it look shiny like the sun is melting it. Now I'm using that same brush that I used earlier to just outline and define the darker lines with the same red and pink. Now I'm going in and just sketching out the eyes and the mouth, and so I can paint that. I am going to be blending 3 colors in the mouth just because if you look at the picture, it looks like 3 blends of colors. I added a lot more of the red to be able to blend the other colors with it nicely. And here I went back and added some more shading to it. I wasn't really happy with as dark as the shade was before, so I went back and just blended it in with a little bit of lighter color to smooth it in better. I'm using pale yellow from Apple Barrel, and I'm going to be mixing a color taupe from Craft Smart, and also a little bit of brown to give it more of a like a 3D definition. And of course, I'm going to go back in with white to highlight since you know the sun is hitting it. And after I'm done with that, I am just going to start erasing any of the lines that I didn't go over or that I didn't use. And people are scared to sometimes erase on paint. Just make sure that the paint is actually dry before you do that, otherwise you will ruin your artwork. Now here comes the fun part, which is the writing. I like to use a light hand when I'm doing this just in case the pencil does peel off the paint. I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to use a light hand and just follow what the word said. Another thing that's intimidating about writing is maybe making it too small or too little, but if you have a good eraser, just erase. Just make sure that your paint is dry again and you can fix it. So as you can see, I did 3 other colors for the writing, and I added some highlights, and that's it. Here's the painting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have any questions or if I did this okay.